I was just marking up my charts and decided to tell you this raw truth, raw reality about trading because I truly believe that most of you that is watching this video, and if you're a trader, you are most likely already profitable. But your obsession with winning every trade is what's holding you back because you're putting so much pressure on yourself to win this next trade and you forget what is actually important and you forget what is the actual reality of trading. Trading is not just about wins. Trading is not just about losses. Trading is an overall picture, overall sum of your wins and your losses. Let me tell you a quick story. When I started trading for 2 years, I was failing to become profitable. So what it means, after every month, I was losing money all over the multiple trades, right? End of month, I was not profitable. Every day I kept trying to win more trades. How can I increase my win rate? How can I increase my risk reward? How can I become more profitable to go from unprofitable to profitable trader? And I got to a point where it's like, I feel like I'm doing everything correct. And I started hitting that break-even stage. So for 3 months in a row, I wasn't winning any money, but I wasn't losing any money either. And I continued to put pressure on myself. How can I win the next trade? How can I have a better risk to reward ratio? How can I increase my winning rate as well? And I stayed in the break-even stage. So I changed my approach. I said, you know what? Since I'm break-even, instead of trying to win more trades, trying to add more wins, even though I felt like I was doing everything correctly already, let me look back at my trading log and let's see if there was any losses that could have been avoided. So instead of trying to win more to become profitable, I decided to lose less to become profitable. So I look back at my trading log and I'm like, okay, I notice a pattern that if I execute the trade early London session on this specific asset, most of the time I lose. Let me try to remove this. So I remove that. Then if I'm in the losing streak and I lose 2 trades in a row, it's most likely I'm going to lose the next 2. So let me put myself in a structure where if I lose 2 trades in a row, I'm done trading for the day. So I'm kind of removing losses by putting myself in a structure, putting myself in a set of rules that will help me avoid losses. Not to make more wins, but to avoid some of the losses. And boom, the next month I lost less. I won this pretty much the same amount as the previous month, but I came out profitable. So the realization that I had is so many traders are focused, first of all, on one trade at a time, which is the wrong approach. Like I said, your trading is about multiple of trades, your average of multiples of trades. And second thing, even most of you that is watching this video, I swear, if you go and check your trading log and if you journal your trade especially, which I do recommend doing, you can see, probably this loss could have been avoided, this loss could have been avoided, this loss could have been avoided, and then you will realize, maybe this month would have been break even for me if it was a losing month. Or if it was a break even month, maybe it would have been a winning month. Next, there is no perfect strategy. Everyone is looking for a perfect strategy. Everyone is looking for a holy grail in trading. Every single strategy has its own cycles. So, have you ever noticed how if you're trading one strategy, you feel like you're on top of the world, you run the markets because you keep winning, and then suddenly something happens, you start losing with the same strategy, same approach, same rules. It's basically markets moving in cycles. There is a cycle where your strategy works well and cycle where your strategy doesn't work well. Now, if you continuously jump from strategy to strategy while you're moving in the cycle, you will never know which cycle you're in. Now, if you just trade one strategy and trade that strategy, the cycle over and over and over again, you will start to notice patterns. You will start to notice in which market conditions your strategy outperforms the markets and in which market conditions your strategy doesn't outperform the markets. Now, what do I mean by that? August was my first and only losing month that I had this year. But I only had 5 trades. I only taken 5 trades that month. Now, on average, on my winning month, I take anywhere between 12 to 18 trades in a winning month. Why was it different? It's simply because as I was analyzing the markets, and since I have been trading my strategy for the past 7 years, I know in which market conditions and which market cycle I'm in, and if I have an advantage, if my trading strategy has advantage against the markets, and if it doesn't. So if it does, I double down, I trade, I look for setups actively, and if I see that the market conditions are not favorable, I take a step back, I lower my risk, I take only A+ setups. So stop jumping from strategy to strategy because you're not helping yourself by trying to look for a better strategy. Maybe you already have that strategy. You just don't know which cycle you're in, and you don't know which cycle works well for your strategy. And the last point that I want to make is the distractions. All the social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, even YouTube. What you are exposed to every single time you open your social platforms is successful traders, money, profits. And what happens to you subconsciously in your head, let's say you had a losing day, you start to see, oh, maybe I'm not good enough. Oh, maybe my strategy is not good enough. What happens? You go back into the same cycle of switching strategies, switching approach, switching mindset. And if you continuously, if you're stuck in this washing machine, then you will never come out profitable. If you treat trading like business, where you build a plan with a structure on how you're going to be successful and follow it, then you'll be able to break out of this washing machine cycle. Let's say, I keep repeating the word cycle, but that's the only way. Now, if you fall for it, you're going to be put back and forward and you will never come out of it. So to summarize the 3 points that I wanted to make, number 1 is don't focus on more wins, focus on less losses. Look back at your trading log, see what losses could have been avoided, and then try to eliminate them by putting yourself in a structure, putting yourself in a structure of rules that will help you avoid those losses. Secondly, stick to one strategy. Figure out which cycles are favorable to you and your strategy and which cycles are not. And you can only do that by going through them, by experiencing them and starting to get a feel of it. And finally, don't get distracted by social media. Focus on yourself. Forget about making money for 6 months. Focus on yourself, focus on your strategy, focus on becoming master of one thing. And trust me, no matter how complicated or simple your strategy is, you will be successful.